Hello, welcome to the Carousel of Conversations. You're in for a real treat. Join us as we take a spin through the past, present, and future of all things Disney. Here, where there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a podcast away. Let the podcast begin. Noah!
RJ! Aw! We had to play the game where we just keep on going, and if we got the same person, we won.
Well, I felt alone, even though Spencer was here with me last week. It was weird not.
Hey, and me. Excuse you, sir.
Yeah. You did join.
Yeah, I was there.
But it was weird not having
10 seconds
you for the whole.
I'm just gonna be completely honest. I went to the movies and I ate extra large popcorn with a lot of butter and I got sick. And it was my downfall.
I was reporting live from the ocean, as you can see from the last episode, if you went to watch it on YouTube.
Or listen to it, because I could hear you.
But they couldn't see my green screen effects.
That's true.
Yeah, they were pretty spectacular.
No, but it was a fun episode last week with Spencer getting to talk and geek out a little bit about, Marvel and Fantastic Four and comic books. And so for those of you who are like us, you definitely need to go check that out. And I appreciate Spencer just jumping in and being willing to help with us last week and do the episode with me. So definitely appreciated that. But now we're back to the normal crew this week, and we're going to be talking about something special. But first, we need to get into our notes, our news.
Our news.
Jessalyn, why don't you give us your news, since it's kind of how we started the episode?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
oh yeah, it is. I didn't even notice
actually,
that.
I might have been changed here
For good.
For good. Yeah.
Oh,
I knew that reference.
Yeah. Okay, so Animal Kingdom, as we've known, this is our 62nd episode, and I have been very vocal for probably all of them that I am not an Animal Kingdom fan. But Animal Kingdom is starting to step up their game where, they've got all these major cool openings that are happening this summer and in the future with Encanto Land and all that stuff. Well, major announcement dropped today and today's Tuesday of the week before you're listening to this episode. And Bluey and Bingo are gonna have not only a meet and greet at Animal Kingdom, but an excursion. So you go through the I just had it pulled up too. The trail. The conservation station. Okay. So you go there and you're gonna have a dance party with Bluey and Bingo and a meet and greet opportunity. And it's just gonna be, you can play Keepy Uppy and all these things. It's gonna be so awesome. And as a Bluey family, that's a big deal for us. So Bluey and Bingo are heading to Disney World, but they're also going to be on the cruises, and they're also going to be at Disneyland starting summer of 2026.
Nice.
I'm ridiculously excited, even as a dad,
Yeah.
to be able to see Bluey and Bingo. I want the picture with Bluey and Bingo, too.
I want a picture of Bluey and Bingo.
I want them to make an Australia land in Animal Kingdom. You know how all the different lands? They need an Australia land so we can have the kangaroos and the wallabies and, the various other marsupials. And we can have Bingo and Bluey there, I think that'd be awesome.
Marsupials?
I don't know. Various other
so.
marsupials.
I'm
not sure what a wallaby is. I just knew
marsupials in the world.
No, there's
Kangaroos, possums,
wombats.
Wombats. No, they're not.
Yeah, they have an upside down pouch because they dig like this, and they also poop in squares. There you go.
And koalas. Okay, so kangaroo and koalas would be Australia.
That's 5.
No, that's 3.
Sugar glider. Sugar glider's a marsupial.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh my!
I went through a wombat
already.
phase, so
Already.
I like the
All right, Noah, what's your news for the week?
What is my news? Oh, it's not Bluey. It's So this week again, Taco Tuesday before the week that you're seeing this episode. Okay,
Yep.
we
definitely.
just got information and just now seeing from yesterday that the pre-show for Rock and Roller Coaster has closed down already, so they can start doing refurbishments for the Muppets overlay.
I hate
We
that.
know that they're going to have at least 1 or 2 or 3 more animatronics in that pre-show than there are now. Which, hey, I'm always okay with more animatronics on our
I
pre-shows.
just want them to keep the saying, how about some backstage passes?
I feel like the funniest way for them to do it is if the Electric Mayhem just do the exact same pre-show, but
Yes.
as the Muppets, and just don't even mention it. Like, it's exact same dialogue, same story, everything. You know, I feel like that's just
I just
perfectly
feel like
Muppets.
this was kind of just sudden. Like they didn't give any
Yeah.
announcement or indication.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the reason they're doing it now is so there's less time that they're completely closing down the ride later. So might as well close down the pre-show now, so they can cut back on time. You know, having a e-ticket
That's still gonna
attraction
be
close.
like the longest refurbishment, though.
Yeah, it's probably going to be long. I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to like change really. I think everything's going to have a new paint scheme, and that's almost it. You know,
yeah, that ride needs some major
It's
remodeling
rough.
and refurbishment.
It's
rough.
It's getting rough, but
Yeah.
I do hope that they have a Statler and Waldorf at the very end where you like get off the ride, making fun of you
Yelling
as
at
you
you.
kind of pull in. You know,
Yes.
that would
I feel
be
like
the
that's
best.
perfect.
I think that guy
That's
is
the
a
only
little
way to
bit sick.
Give him a brown paper bag.
My news is that, well, first they are getting rid of the they're putting up construction walls behind Haunted Mansion in order to start the work on Cars Land a little bit more, and so that's pretty exciting that they're starting to work on that a little bit more. And then my big piece of news is that Soarin' Over America, it was announced for Disneyland, but I think that Disney World will probably be the same opening day, that July 2nd, they're going to change to Soarin' Over America, July 2nd, 2026. It feels weird saying 2026, but like 2026 is
feel
in
weird.
like 4 weeks. So
I
like,
know, it's so crazy.
it
And that means
doesn't
our
seem that
vacation's
long, but
sooner.
it's
I
that
know.
long.
I cannot even like remember that we're in year 2025.
Yeah, the past 5 years have felt like just one big year, honestly.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, it just messed everything up. And we're a part
Scarred
of the
for
system,
life.
doing a podcast like everyone else.
All right. Well, tonight we've got an exciting topic to talk about. It may be
Always.
boring
We
to
always
some.
have
Always-
exciting topics.
Yes.
Whether we get to that topic, who knows? But it's going to be an exciting episode, really.
Speaking of getting off topic, okay, we need to make a public announcement that
In the
as of
spirit
this Tuesday before you're listening to this podcast,
Taco Tuesday.
okay, so the time will be different by the time you're listening, and I can't do that math, so someone's gonna have to do the math. But 52 days until our vacation to Disney World.
I know.
I
Minus
know
7.
it's coming up so
It's like
fast.
20 days. I know, it's going to be incredible.
20 days.
I did that on
What?
purpose to see if anyone was listening to me.
I'm
It's fine.
like, no. I'm trying to think how many days are between Tuesday
Well,
and Monday?
Subtract 7 from
6?
52.
6.
Yeah, so then
It's
6
the
is
episode
first...
airs on a Monday, so it
Yeah.
would be 6 days. So why would you say 7?
Because
6
you said
days
week
from
before,
today.
and I translated that as 7.
Are-
I trusted you to give me the right number, Jessalyn.
I gave you the right number.
No, you
You
trusted
trusted
week
Jessalyn
before.
with math.
I trusted you saying a week as in
Also,
7
can we
days.
mention the amount of times we're mentioning 6, 7 right now for our listeners?
No, not on purpose. I hate those
Six,
numbers.
Oh no, we're canceled now. Like we're finished. This is
We're not
over.
canceled.
It's
All right,
so
that was a
nice.
great run,
It's been
guys.
nice
We'll see you
running
next
this
year
podcast
on the Carousel of Conversations. We should come up with a fun
but for real,
catchphrase.
when people listen to this episode, how many days until we'll be on vacation?
Okay,
Well-
6 minus 52, which is just 6 again. So it's 46.
Okay,
Yes.
Did I just do that math? I didn't
I
even
don't
think
know.
about it.
I
was just
can't.
kinda
I
saying
can't
numbers.
even. Honestly,
I was just
I
saying
can't
numbers.
even check behind you. I'm good.
That was good. No, yeah, it's 46 or 56. Wow,
46.
46.
We're on
40
52
Wow.
right now.
Oh my word.
67 days.
No, stop it. We'll have to figure out what we are going to do for Christmas and stuff because we've
Oh
got some
yeah.
Christmas episodes
Merry
coming up.
Chrysler,
All
everyone.
right, so informal meeting right now. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. So guys, what are we doing for the next 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Let's all
Should we
brainstorm.
do a live Christmas episode? Let's do Christmas caroling. Finish the Christmas
Oh.
song.
So finish. Well, the Christmas. There is a Christmas song.
There is. The Christmas song is called, it's the chestnuts roasting on the
Yeah.
open fire. That's the Christmas
Yeah, there's a really funny guy on TikTok that does a rendition of that song. It's really funny.
Okay, well, moving on.
What are we talking about again?
No, but I don't even know anymore.
Do we have
No,
a
but we
topic
are
to get to,
excited.
or are we just
There's
ranting?
a couple episodes coming up that are super exciting too. We're gonna have a guest maybe next week, maybe, that is going to come in and talk about something that most of us, probably like 95% of our listeners, have never been able to do.
Or will be able to do.
Yeah. Noah's like, I have no idea what's going on.
I like being surprised.
No, we'll have a guest come on and give us some updates on some cool stuff that we have no idea about, and it'll be exciting. So that's all I'm going to give you for now. But this week's episode, we're going to talk about our the My Disney Experience app, and so that's hugely beneficial when you're going to the trip on a Disney World trip. And Disneyland has their own separate app. It's very similar but slightly different. I don't know
My
enough about the
Disneyland
Disneyland
Experience
app
I have it
to be
downloaded.
able to.
Aulani has their app too.
Yeah.
Every major Disney thing has their own app. So even the cruise lines have an app.
Do you think
And-
Hilton Head has its own app?
I don't think that would.
I don't think that
I
one.
don't
would.
know,
Maybe,
because
though.
that is, it might,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Yeah.
don't
The
know
same
if that
line
would
of Aulani.
count. But it might, because they have activities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Mm.
here's the thing. You think you could get away with going on a Disney World trip without this app? You'd be
No.
hard pressed. Like, that's how important the My Disney Experience app is. Like,
Mhm.
everything basically Disney World is run through the app. Even we've tried to make trips where we like don't use our cell phones as much, and it's just not possible.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be one person at least that's on their phone the whole time working on something.
I wish it wasn't like that though, because you kind of go to Disney to get away from like life.
Yeah, but
you
I
know,
feel like I do.
really.
Yeah. I feel like I get away from it, but like the only app I really have pulled up.
Jessalyn.
I mean, Jessalyn, I feel like you feel the same way. Like we pretty much disconnect other
I
than
mean,
the app.
I'm naturally like addicted to social media in the sense that I'm always on social media.
Yeah.
I'm not like an influencer by any means, and
What do you call our
Mm.
job right here? Excuse you.
this is
We
a
are
hobby.
influencing at least 4 people right now. I feel like that's enough to be considered an influencer.
But like I will post because I like pictures, and so that's one of my topics I'm going to cover today. I love pictures. I love keeping memories. So because I take so many pictures in a day, I tend to post a day, like day 1 at Disney, or when we're with the whole family, Noah's family, we do a quote a day. What was our famous
Oh,
quote
I
that
love our
day?
quote
You know,
of the day.
quotes
Oh, there
of
were
the
so
day.
many last
There's
time.
so many good
Yes.
ones.
Uncle Brian's stroller. Oh, so
Uncle Brian
many.
doesn't have his stroller today.
He'll have it this time. Don't worry. It might
So
also
will
be a
Aunt
Cindy
Cindy.
stroller.
Just a couple of straight dads.
So many
Yes,
good quotes.
there's
Oh,
so many
and
good
all of our
ones.
listeners are so confused. And
Yes.
it's just,
So like I'll do things like that. So I'll post those, but I stay on my phone to keep up with my Disney experience, but I'm not I'm not like texting all the time. I'm not doing anything like
Yeah,
that.
like
So
we're not doing work on our phones while we're at Disney. We're not doing
No.
like even other like side projects that we do for fun. We're not like invested in any of that. We're mostly focused on just the
listen,
Disney
y'all, I don't
Experience
even
app.
bring my Kindle into the parks.
You bring your
Like,
Kindle everywhere.
my Kindle goes with me everywhere.
She just doesn't want to deal with more security because she always gets stopped as it is.
I do always get stopped.
All right. So first you got to create your account in My Disney Experience. You can either do that on the website or on the mobile app, but you have to create a My Disney Experience account first. Once you've created that My Disney Experience, you can start linking everything to that app or that website. Sometimes what I do is I'll link everything through the actual website itself, but then the application I use to see everything and view it. So I find it a little bit easier to do it that way, but there have been times where it's easier just to pull up a reservation email on my phone because I've got the application and do it that way. So let's talk about that for a little bit. So first, you want to link your park tickets, your hotel reservations, all of that to that initial app or My Disney Experience on the website. And then once you do that, like, so for us, for example, whenever we get our reservation for the hotel, we'll put in the reservation confirmation number, our last name, all that information in the My Disney Experience app. And then that starts our ability to start booking dining reservations and lightning lanes and all of that. Yes, there you go.
It even has a countdown on it.
It
Sponsored by
does.
Citizen.
Yeah.
So, yep, all you have to do is go to my plans, and I'm going to be careful not to show the world all of our plans. But,
Yeah, because we want to
Um,
surprise them.
oh, it's not working. Maybe I
Uh-oh.
went to the wrong place. But
I don't have
typically,
my
your
phone on me.
hotel will show up, and it'll show you how many days you have.
Yeah. So like you can go to my
Oh, here it is. It's hotel reservation.
Oh.
Now, this says 53 days.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, we might be
Oh,
at
it's because we went through
47.
Peeper's thing to do it, so it
No,
kind of messed
I'm
up
not-
our bodily clock.
I'm not connected to Peepers.
Oh.
That,
I
think
don't know
I-
what mine says. My
that's
phone's
his
missing.
uncle, by the way, not just some
Oh,
weird
yeah.
peeper.
Yeah, no, there's so much lore. I'll say that to people and they're like, who the heck are you talking about?
But here's the deal. Like you want to link everything to the app. So as soon as you get your reservation from your travel agent, hey, I'm a travel agent if you need one. Or if you just book your own booking, you'll want to link your hotel to that first. Once you're done with that hotel reservation linking, you can link your park tickets if it's not a part of a package. So like in Noah's case, his family is doing a DVC hotel. So their reservation for their hotel would be different than their reservation for their tickets. That's going to be two separate numbers that they're going to have to link. But for most, it's going to be a part of one package deal unless you're getting a hotel off property, which why? No. But that's a different topic. Once you've
We don't
done
talk
all
about
that,
that.
then you can start making your dining reservations and making your event reservations and all of that through the My Disney Experience app or through the My Disney Experience website. And that's pretty much your hub for everything. And so now I want to talk about like that's the boring, start of it. But I want to talk about some cool tools inside this
And
application
features.
once you get everything linked to it to be able to work through on the app. So let's go with
And let me say, for a side note too, with going on with that linking aspect, not everyone in this world is technologically savvy. And I don't feel like it's a hard process. It's a very easy
Mm-mm.
thing. You just
Yeah.
follow the prompts, right?
Yeah, everything's
So
labeled very
it's-
clearly.
Yeah, it's pretty good to figure out and navigate that way. But that's another reason, RJ, and I'm not just trying to pump up RJ here, but prior to RJ even becoming a travel agent, we were very passionate about always booking with a travel agent. Even though
Yeah.
we've gone plenty of times, just that whole process of getting your reservation number and all that stuff, it's so much easier when you have somebody doing that work for you. And they're free. So, but I
And
mean, like
sometimes
that's
they give you free presents. I remember
No,
our
yeah.
old travel agent used to
Yeah.
give us like hampers and stuff, and I was like,
Yep.
this is a high class right here.
Yeah, one of the travel agents we used before RJ became one gave us a dirty laundry bag, and we take it literally on every Disney trip
Yeah.
we
No,
go
it's
on.
great.
It goes with
Mhm.
us everywhere.
Well, and this is what I will say is like he kind of the first travel agent I have had kind of inspired a lot of what I do with my guests now, in that he would give you guides for everything. So he would give you a guide once you booked your reservation on like how to link to the My Disney Experience app, how to download it, how to do all that stuff. And now that's something that I do as well. Is like I'll give you a guide with your reservation number built into it, and it's like a PDF guide, and it'll have like this is how you open and download My Disney Experience. This is how you access this to enter your reservation number. So it gives you step-by-step processes, and then it also tells you how you can book your dining. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky as a travel agent, is I want to be able to help you from start to finish, but My Disney Experience is your own password. So like I can't get into Noah's unless he shares his password with
Yeah,
me.
that's right.
So
I don't
that's
we
know
can
where
be
that.
friends with Noah.
Yeah,
right.
but why
huge.
would you do that?
But I can't book his reservations for him unless he's linked as my friend. And as a travel agent, I can't book everybody's dining reservations. And
Yeah.
We
all
don't
of
want to
that.
be friends with everybody.
Yeah,
No,
like
only a
that
few
would be a
people,
lot.
especially you, one viewer.
I could work through how to do all that, but then you would be on your own. But like to me, who lives for Disney, like I love the dining booking and all of that. And this past trip, we've got some exciting things planned for this trip that I don't
We
want to
have
share
very
quite
exciting
yet.
things.
But some of our reservations that we were trying to book, they took me an hour and a half to get because it was just like the
Oh, I remember you
website
called me
kept
about that.
going
It was so
down
fun.
and it was just terrible. But like that's not a normal experience. But anyway, let's get into the tool aspect of what we've got with My Disney Experience. So Noah, why don't you talk about the maps and navigation portion of the My Disney Experience app?
Yeah, so in the My Disney Experience app, it's very like basic how it's set up, okay? In the bottom like bar section, there's a little like needle thing. Yeah, look, there you go. There's the little needle one. It's like to the left, and it'll pull up like a Google Maps kind of like animated version of the park you are currently at normally. If you allow it to look at your location, it'll kind of just pinpoint, yeah, look, Magic Kingdom. There it is, in all its glory. It'll show you all the wait times across the park. It can show you exactly how to get places. So I didn't know this, but RJ was telling me before the episode, you can use a little walking guy icon and choose a location, and it'll tell you how like the best way to walk there. I don't use it because I'm
You
an
know
expert.
everything.
But yeah, so the map is like really handy, especially if you look like not everyone looks at it. Okay, they just kind of
Right.
waltz around.
So if
Yeah,
you
look,
see
there you
the
go.
bottom, it says get directions.
Mm-hmm.
You can click that little icon, and then when you're in the parks, you can't do it while you're at home when you're in the parks, but once you click that little icon, it will actually show you, like if you're in Main Street and you're trying to figure out how to get to Space Mountain, you can click that little icon and it'll take you like this is the direction that you need to go to get there the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah,
I think
it's
is
really
sweet.
handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for people that don't necessarily know how to get around the parks or just like kind of know the general areas. It'll help you in the long run save time by getting around people, because that's the thing I hate about Disney is the people that walk slow or the baby strollers or the ECVs that get in my way.
Stopping in the middle of the walkway
Yes,
with your
exactly.
whole party.
The only place that's acceptable is kind of Main Street, especially if you're in the middle getting a picture. It's the only place I will be accepting
I
of
will
getting a picture.
say that one thing that really bothers me about Main Street is the trolley rail things or whatever.
Oh, really? I love the trolley
Yeah,
rail things.
I mean,
that move.
as a stroller person, I'm like weaving
Oh, I
them
don't
constantly. I'm like, trying not to get stuck in them. So anyways, that's a sidebar.
I do love sitting at Main Street, watching all the, all the things happen and watching all the people trip over the rails.
We did that one trip.
We did.
That's one of my favorites.
We just sat on Main Street and watched people walk.
Wah, wah, wah. It's so funny. It's really good when a stroller gets caught in it. Okay,
It's not good when you're pushing the stroller.
But yeah, the maps can also help you find any like last minute merchandise you want to help find, or if you want to, of course, get to places, and wait times, because people don't look at the wait times ever. For some reason, they just go like, "Oh, that's a long wait time. That must be a good ride. Let me wait in it."
Yeah.
And then just get on with their day.
One of the other things that's cool too, so like say, for example, we would deal with this more than Noah would, but that would be the restrooms, not knowing where your restrooms
yeah.
are. So when
I
you
know
click
where
on
all
the
the
little
restrooms are.
map icon, you can actually filter out and search for restrooms, and it'll show you where all the restrooms are. Or you can search for quick service restaurants, and it'll show you where all those are. First
I
aid
will
stations.
say, yeah, I was getting ready to say, I think the one that because I have gotten to the point, okay, RJ and I, we function differently when it comes to directions, and I can go place one time and then I'm good. Like, I know how to get there.
She can go to a place one time and she could.
And I'm good. Yep.
Good
RJ is just not very like observant of his surroundings. Not that that's a bad thing. He relies heavily on a mapping system. And so one of the things though that I found beneficial was this past trip with Bella when she lost her tooth. We were at Epcot in the Land Pavilion, and I know in my head there is a first aid everywhere. I had no idea. RJ said he had a pretty good idea, but one thing that we were very, was beneficial is the fact that we got to pull up that app. We searched for first aid and it gave us directions straight there, because we knew we needed that for Bella at the time. So it's just even little things, just taking the chance to search it out and find it, and it's there.
Also,
Yeah.
like the guest relations umbrellas, the blue umbrellas, there's actually locations like that on the map. And
Oh, I
then
didn't even know
baby
that.
care centers. So, like, if you need to change and you ran out of diapers and you just don't have any more, you can go to like a baby care center. They've got food and snacks and diapers and wipes and everything like that in those centers. And so, all of that is filterable, from dining to shows to restrooms to like photo pass options. All of that you can filter through the map itself, and that's super, super helpful and cool. And then I would highly recommend allowing it to use location while you're using the app, especially if you're an iPhone. Just put it to while using the app, so it's only using it while you have it open, so it's not killing your battery or anything. But that would really help you with just navigating through those parks, because when it gets crowded, it's hard even to navigate through Epcot when those parks get crowded. Like, you just can't move or breathe through them sometimes. And so having the app is just a huge difference. All right, Noah kind of touched on this briefly, but Jessalyn, talk to us more about the wait times and live park information.
So I'm going to show, I know this is not going to be super accurate to where we're at right now, but this is just an overview of the map of what things look like right now at Disney World. And I haven't checked, which you can things like that, checking the times of the park, which I'll talk about later. You can, or actually I want to talk about it now. You can find that on your My Disney Experience app. You go to the homepage and it shows you. So tonight must have been a special event night at Magic Kingdom, because the park hours for the public is only open till 6 p.m. So they must be having Mickey's Merry Christmas Party tonight.
Yes.
So that's probably why the wait times are showing like they are. But I can go through each one. So for example, Magic Kingdom was only open till 6, but Epcot's open till 9:30, and it shows you all of the times of the parks. It also shows you if you're staying on property. Another huge benefit is a lot of times property stayers, that's not even the word I'm looking for, on property guests, they get to stay, sometimes either have early magic hours or late magic hours, and so they can either go into the park prior to the normal guest. A lot of times, like if a park opens at 9, they'll say, oh, you guys can go in at 8, okay?
Yeah.
Or stay like an hour later. You have
Mhm.
late extra magic hours. Um, and so those things right there, you can always find right there on the home screen. It's the very first thing that you can check.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that you're going to use, other than having your tickets linked and mobile ordering, which Noah will get into later, is checking that wait time. So my guilty pleasure is checking wait times of rides throughout the day when I'm not at Disney World to see what the wait times are.
You're not
And we
alone.
know yeah, we know that like there's a Christmas party happening right now, but I can see like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is only a 25-minute wait right now, which is not bad at all. And
No.
so if you are waiting between lightning lanes or you're doing something, pull up the app, see what's around you, see what those wait times are. Sometimes it'll even tell you, hey, this ride, if it's a star instead of a number, that tells you
unavailable.
that it's unavailable. And so you can click on that. It can tell you if it's broken down or if it's closed for refurbishment or whatever the case is. So right now you can see there's a star. If you're on YouTube, this is beneficial. I'm going to try to be descriptive with my words for my podcast people. But there's a star over Tiana's Bayou, which means it's temporarily closed, which is really sad for those people.
But also not, because it's super cold.
Yeah, it is cold. I
But
get that
we
too.
will be riding it in January, letting y'all know.
Yes.
If it's
I am.
open.
So wait times is great for rides. It's also great for character meet and greets, and also checking to see what time parades and
Mhm.
fireworks
What
and
time
all
is the
those
3
things
o'clock
are.
parade?
It's at 3:00. The 3:00 parade's at 3:00. So all of those things are notified. I don't want to get too much into the lightning lane aspect of it because I know RJ's going to cover that well. But one thing that's nice with if you have a lightning lane planned for a ride and then something happens and that ride gets shut down, it will notify you. You get a notification saying, hey, this ride's unavailable now. You can use your lightning lane for something else. So I think, I don't know how other Apple users are. I tend to eliminate as many push notifications as possible. But when you're at Disney, keep your
Mhm.
location on, keep those notifications
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
do all the things that's going to
They're
help.
very
that's
helpful
gonna help life.
notifications.
Yeah, it's
Disney
never-
app gives you.
it's
It's not
n-
annoying.
Like, I turn off all notifications for every single app
Mhm.
except for like 2. But with
Mhm.
that one, I keep it on.
Yeah.
So like, it's
And
definitely
and
useful.
and I know we joked about that 3:00 parade, but there are times like they have changed the time of Happily Ever After, or maybe it's just because we go at different seasons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can never remember when Happily Ever After is, and
Yeah,
so
they change it during like the winter hours and
Yep.
the summer hours.
and
Well,
now that
and
they
sometimes
have
they add
the
in 2.
Starlight Parade,
Yeah.
so it's just different. And
Mhm.
anyways, I, even as a veteran Disney attender or whatever, I use the app to check for times frequently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
Well-
know, Jesse, you just slightly touched on this, but it's
Mhm.
not in our notes. But the early extra magic hours and the late magic hours,
Mhm.
they just came out with some more information about that.
Mm.
The early park hours are for all resort guests. So if you are staying
Nice.
at Walt Disney World, you can get in the park early.
Nice.
The
It's
late
not just
one,
based on
yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
late one is only for deluxe resort guests.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's only on certain days of the week, and they only plan
Mhm.
it so far ahead. But it will go through 2026, is what I read.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you're staying at a deluxe resort in 2026, we'll get some nice perks.
Well, I would rather go early than stay late.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
By the
I
end,
would rather
well,
stay late.
just because we have a
night
kid.
owl. Yeah, I'm a
Mm.
night owl, but it's much easier for me to get her going in the mornings
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
knock
I'm
things out.
I'm much
Yeah.
more just like stay till 11 o'clock, 1
Yeah,
a.m.
if it
Perfect.
was me by myself, I
All
would.
day.
It could be.
But
Let's just
yeah.
leave RJ. It's fun.
Okay, let's talk about booking lightning lanes. I typically book lightning lanes initially on the My Disney Experience website. But when you're actually in the park, there's something called My Day, which is super beneficial for those of you who are going to be in the park and selecting your additional lightning lanes. So kind of how lightning lanes work is you book your 3 first initial rides, and so you get your tier 1 ride, which we've talked about before. You get your 1 tier 1 ride and your 2 tier 2 rides, or 3 tier 2 rides. But then after you ride the first ride on your schedule for the day, you can actually book your next ride. So you don't just get 3 and then you're done. You get to ride every ride that has a lightning lane offering at least one time a day. So that's really helpful. But how you can see those is you can click on your My Plans, which I don't know if I want to show this necessarily for YouTube, but you can play around with it on your own. But you can go into because it's got all my plans on here.
Yeah, I don't know that I do that.
We
either.
don't want to sneak those out in public yet.
But what's cool about that is you can book your next lightning lane, or say you're running like 2 hours late and you just want to push back your time, or you want to cancel one of your lightning lanes. We've gotten one like where we got Buzz Lightyear, a Space Ranger spin, and we were like, let's just go park hop over to Epcot for the rest of the night. And so we just went in there, and if you click on My Plans, you can click on that reservation and you can cancel it. So you have to select all the guests and then cancel it in the app. Or you can see what wait times are available. You can refresh it constantly because it may say, hey, Space Mountain is not available for the rest of the day. But then people like us who are like, hey, we're not going to wait for Space Mountain, so we're just going to go hop over to another park. We've ridden it 5 times this trip already. And so we cancel our Space Mountain. Well, now that Space Mountain is available for somebody else to grab. So just refreshing that My Day consistently throughout the day will kind of help you. Also, if you get like when they're doing the why am I not thinking of the word? It's not the individual lightning lanes, but that has a part
Oh,
in
the
it as
multi-day
well.
pass?
No, not that either. The one where they do you have virtual queues. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
With the virtual queues, if you click on the My Day thing as well, or My Plans, whatever it is, I can't remember now off the top of my head, but whenever you click that, you can see your virtual queue. So when they do like the new Monsters Inc. rides or the new Encanto section, and they're opening up all those new rides, they may do some virtual queues. And so being able to see when your callback time is, all of that is available through the app as well. And then same with your individual lightning lanes. So like if you get it for Tron or Rise of the Resistance or any of those rides that are considered the extra, individual lightning lane, not a part of the multi-pass, you'll have a specific time that you can come back and you can see all of that through the app.
Kind of bouncing off RJ here a little bit with the virtual queue. When that opportunity comes, it's through the My Disney Experience app that you're going to
Yes.
book that.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning as well. We may be throwing a lot of information at you and it might sound overwhelming, but really, honestly, if you're wanting to join a virtual queue, you log into the app and there's a big button that says join a
There
virtual
is, yeah.
queue,
Yeah, right
So
on the
it's-
homepage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to navigate, and as long as you just are curious, I mean, you're gonna find things out, and so
Yeah.
it's very easy to use.
And like it'll tell you right on the front, like your first day plans or like what your next day plans are. It'll have so it has the purchasing of the multi-pass and the Lightning Lane Premier Pass or the regular Lightning single pass or whatever. It'll have all that right on the front screen, so you'll know how to do it. It'll even show you on the website like booking windows when they open. So like for us, it said, whatever the date was that we were going to go 60 days out, it would tell you what your booking window was and when that opens. So that's super helpful as well. All right, let's talk about the probably best feature of all: mobile food ordering and dining tools.
Oh, it is just the best. Like
Yes.
there is no better feature in the app. You can get a map instead of like the online map. You can get whatever RJ said. You can do everything, okay, without an app. But this is the best thing Disney has ever implemented in an app system.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan of the being stuck on your phone while in the parks all day. I'm personally not a huge fan of that. But I am super happy they've done this. It's the mobile ordering system. Okay, so half of you, I'm sure, at least have the Chick-fil-A app or McDonald's app or any of the certain fast food apps out there. This one's better somehow. I'm not really sure how.
No, it really
Okay,
is.
honestly though, Chick-fil-A's app's not the easiest to work.
Anyway,
Like,
legally not allowed to
come
say
on.
anything, but
Okay.
the
My
Chick-fil-A mobile ordering
pleasure.
app is just the best because you go on the little map, okay? You look around at all the different food places, and you can press on their icon.
not the
The Disney
Chick-fil-A one.
Experience app.
Yeah, the Disney app, not the Chick-fil-A. They both do the
Sorry,
same
I
thing,
messed you up.
honestly, though.
It's not. Chick-fil-A is much more difficult to figure out.
But the Disney app, you just look on the map and choose where you want to go. Let's say we want to go Starlight Cafe, okay? The best restaurant in all of Disney World.
It is
And we
Well,
select
it's a
on it.
stretch. That's a
It'll
stretch.
show you all the available time slots to eat, okay? It'll be like 4:15, 4:30, and there'll be 10 of each of like the 15-minute intervals. And you press your time, and then you choose what food you want, and then they'll be, okay, you pay now, and we'll maybe make your food. And then you go there, you get your food, and you eat. You sit down. There's probably not enough seating because it's Starlight Cafe and everyone wants to see Sunny Eclipse and not walk on stage with him and mess with the animatronic like what happened a week ago. But, it's just amazing because you can do it for any place in the Disney World location, locale, restaurants, hotels, everywhere. Okay? Like hotels, you can get popcorn buckets reserved for you through the app. Like,
Yeah.
It is the most powerful thing for mobile checkout. And I'm running out of things to say. Someone else say something.
Well,
no.
also another thing that we didn't mention is booking your table service also with
I
there.
don't really know how to do that.
Not only can you and RJ, you can go into more detail because I know I'm going to talk a lot next, but not only can you mobile order your food, you can also make reservations at dining restaurants with it.
Like
too.
Ohana, the best
Yeah,
sit-down
you can do
dining.
that 60 days out through the app. Or what also is awesome about it is like we've done things where we've not booked a table service restaurant, and we decided one day while we were in Epcot, we're like, I wonder if Napoli has any openings for a table service today. And so we just went in the app and hit reserve dining, and sure enough, they had a time slot available for that day. And so we booked it and went, and we were hot. We were needing a break with some water, and so we just booked
Some
that
good
table
water.
service and sat in for AC for a little bit, drank some water, ate some pizza, and
Justin, do you
then
not think they
we
have
got
good
it
water?
within like an hour of the dining reservation.
Napoli has good
availability.
water. They import it from some spring somewhere in the world.
I don't like spring water.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference.
And then
I
with
thought it
the
was just all
mobile
H2 and O.
with the mobile ordering, you can look at the menu. A lot of times they have pictures of the items so you know what you're getting. Even at table service restaurants, they have pictures of the menu items that you can look up and see. You can see pricing on all of
The
it.
pricing's the big one I like.
Yeah.
I personally like. Especially if I don't know. Sometimes I'm weird about money and sometimes I'm not. But there are sometimes I'm like, I'm going to look up the price of this before I, and
If it's a
then there's
dessert, I do not
RJ.
care. Okay,
He's like,
I'll order
"Just
whatever
get
I
it."
want.
Yeah.
So
But-
like pricing is a big deal. You can check out, you can modify, you can, do all of that through the mobile ordering. And a lot of people don't use it, and it blows my mind because you can literally find a table, sit down, order your food, hit
Yes.
I'm here, prepare my order. They'll start
Yep.
making your food. You go, and then it'll tell you your order is ready. Go to window 2 to pick it up. You go to
Mhm.
window 2, you show them the little 4 or 5 digit code. They say, oh, okay, here you go. They hand you your food and you go back to your table, which is so much easier than taking your whole family through
Mhm.
this long old line that takes
Yeah.
30 minutes to get through. And then you're fighting people for a table with trays and drinks and all that in your hand.
Mhm.
Now, I will
it's a
say
lot
the
more.
only time there were 2 instances I remember I've gotten used to mobile ordering so much that like Dole Whip your snack places you can't necessarily mobile order. Like you
Yeah.
still have to order. And I hate that. I'm like sitting outside of Aladdin and I'm like, okay, where's my mobile order option?
You can do that for Dole Whip.
You can't for Dole Whip.
I thought you could.
Look,
Yeah, you
look,
can.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they just recently changed that though, so it
Because it wasn't
always
that
the
way this
case.
past summer.
Because I think they
Yeah.
wanted to count you so they knew when to cut you off, Jessalyn, on the Dole
I
Whips.
doubt that.
But
look
also,
it
I
up
want
right
to add
now.
onto it. You don't have to be at the restaurant to start your mobile order. You can be anywhere in the park.
Right,
No,
you
can be
can pick a
outside of
time.
the park.
You
There's
can
not
pick a
mobile
time for
order
later.
option.
That's
Weird.
strange.
Not
I
for Dole
remember
Whip.
there
Oh.
being a mobile order for that.
Okay, so that was one, and then another one oh never mind, I forgot.
Well, this is where too Noah, we talk about merchandise mobile
Oh yeah.
checkout.
One last thing about the mobile ordering. I have severe gluten allergies, okay? And in the little top bar of the mobile ordering, you can filter what allergens you have and what dietary
Yeah.
preferences you need.
They've
So
got
I'll
whole
just go to the little
sections.
gluten wheat section, and it scrolls all the way down to the bottom normally because no one wants my food, and it'll be like chicken tenders and cheeseburgers, and it's just the best
Yeah.
meal you can possibly have.
No, it's super cool.
I remembered what I was going to say. This
Oh.
summer when we went to Pinocchio's house, whatever it's
Yeah.
called, and we ate there. Remember,
Oscar House.
this is the only time I was not a fan. They wouldn't let us inside. They made
Yeah.
us mobile order outside. Do you remember
Yes.
that? And so
Yeah.
we ended up having to eat outside.
Mhm.
And the only reason that bothered me was because we were so hot. Like we
Yeah.
needed, that's the reason we picked
Mhm.
that restaurant, because it was the closest one that had indoor
Yeah.
seating. And they were like, no, you got to mobile order out here. And then we ended up having to eat outside. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that was the only time it was a downside, but that's
Mhm.
very rare that
But also
happens.
sometimes Satu'li Canteen is like that. You
That's
have to
what I
have
was
a
about
mobile
to
order
say,
in order to
too.
step inside.
You have to have a
Yep.
mobile order or at least a food tray and
Yeah.
having gone through the line before you're allowed to sit
Mhm.
down.
I guess
Yeah.
Pecos Bill is the
Sometimes they
only one
change
that's
it.
not like that.
Yeah, Pecos
Because
Bill.
I
Well,
have
that was
ordered
really
food
open. It would be
at
hard
Pecos
to get
Bill
people out.
before.
Like
It would be hard
Casey's
to filter
Corner
people.
does that too. Flame Tree does it. Like if you're talking at Magic Kingdom,
Mhm.
Starlight Cafe, you're allowed to sit down and order your
Yeah.
food. And
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
most of them you can. It's just
Just
there's
depends.
there's a few that you might be surprised by. But the other thing I was going to mention, Noah, just real quick, is merchandise checkout, like at the
Yeah, that's
Emporium
the best
or
feature,
some of the
especially
other
for
things.
someone who likes merchandise. Disco Yeti, you basically can just pick out, like, let's say we're in the Emporium, okay, and I'm looking for a shirt. I get a shirt, I get a sweatshirt, I get all the toys I want, and then I'm ready to check out. But the line is super long. What do? Well, I pull out my handy dandy app with my phone right here that I definitely have, and I go to the mobile checkout. I think you have to be over age to open this part. I don't know
Probably.
why, because I think when I tried to do it a couple years ago, it wouldn't let me because
That
I was
makes
under a
sense,
certain
though.
age. And basically, whenever you're old enough, you just press that button and you scan the barcodes for where the price tag is, and it'll add it to your cart. You press pay, you go to a mobile checkout cast member, and they're like, yep, that looks all good to me. And then they give you a bag normally. Sometimes they don't give you a bag, which I'm kind of stingy about because I like collecting. I'm a Disney Parks bag collector,
Yes.
Me
I have one in
too.
my closet right now.
I
Okay.
have a duffel bag full of them.
She does.
and that's where we lost Jessalyn. She just started collecting bags. That's
They're
where
just
her
too
mental
pretty
state.
to throw away. Like, I
It
can't
was
throw
it
them
was always magical
away.
though when people would come home from Disney and I would see
I
a Disney Parks
know,
bag
with
because I
the
paid them to get me something,
bag.
and it's just like oh amazing. Anyway, yeah, you can do that. It's super easy, especially whenever of course, Emporium always has a long line, and
Yeah.
especially after I said Apple, didn't I? That was
You did.
weird. I did say Apple. I didn't mean that. But like after Happily Ever After, when everyone's leaving and going through the Emporium to get their last merchandise, it's super easy just to click it on there and just check out with the cast member and leave. Instead
And
of
I
waiting that
get
long
that,
line.
like, my parents they're cash people. Like, they carry cash. Like, obviously, that's not going to work for you cash-only people. But that's why it's good to take your cash and put it on a Disney gift card and put that gift card on your Disney Experience app so that you can pay for things. Because, honestly, like Noah's saying, especially with those crowds, there is hardly ever a line at these
Mhm.
mobile checkout stations. They're just right there. It's like a little square by the door, and you just you put your stuff in your bag, you're out. And so it's really great. We love it.
Yeah. All right, Jessalyn, let's talk about the next best feature on there, which is going to be the photo pass and the photo
Oh yeah,
tools.
so the photo pass here is, we've talked about Memory Maker. You want to buy those. I highly recommend you do that on every trip that you go on. And so you find those little
Unless you
photo
have
pass
me.
people I know Noah does do great photos.
What can I say?
Noah takes a lot of
I'm-
my photos
I'm
for
just
me
like
when
so
we're at
humble
Disney.
and
He's great.
just a great photographer.
So you find the green vest people, you go to them and they'll take your picture. So when they take your picture, Give it, depending on if it's a magic shot or not. So if they put like little characters in your photo or if they're making it into a video, give it like a minute or two. It's going to pop up on your My Disney Experience app. And if you don't pay for Memory Maker, it'll have like a watermark across it. But if you are paying for Memory Maker, then that's yours, and you just download it. You download it whatever quality you want it, and it's in your photos. And the nice thing is that they're there for a little over a year. You have them in your My Disney Experience app, so you have plenty of time to download them. One of the really nice things, and I hope this is not cheating the system, it probably is, but one of the nice things that we like to do is because I pay for Memory Maker, I'm like, we just know that's going to be something I have to have. We are friends with Noah. So Noah can see my plans. He can see my photos. He can see my reservations. It's as if we're on the part of the same family. So what's nice for him is because I pay for Memory Maker, he takes a shot somewhere by himself. He scans his magic band. That's also his photo now. I can get him that copy without the
Like
watermark.
how Spencer did the one in Galaxy's Edge. That was
Yeah, I know. And there
a
was
great
one point on that trip I was like, I got all these random photos of Spencer on my my Disney Experience
There was
app.
one time where we went into a restaurant and Brian and Spencer decided not to go, and they went on Space Mountain, I think it was, and
Yeah.
they went together, and we just had a bunch of pictures of them like riding rides together. It was
Yes,
super
it was funny.
I remember that
Um,
one where they took the picture on the train and there was that mom that was like,
Yeah.
Yes, that was funny. They were like
she
giving
was
us
so
a
mad.
day-by-day play.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I want to show you about with the photo, I'm going to show you here on the app here. So you have Disney Photo Pass. Underneath it, you have the photo gallery. That's where all of your photos are at with like Memory Maker. I'll just show that to you really quickly. This was from one of our past trips. So, I mean, rides that we had, even any type of ride that you're on is going to show up there. The other thing that I love is called Photo Pass lenses. And Photo Pass lenses acts as almost like, for my young listeners, it's your Snapchat filters is all that it is, but they're Disney themed. Okay, so
listeners, Snapchat isn't a thing anymore.
yeah, oh, it is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's totally a
Oh.
thing.
There's music.
There is music. So this isn't okay. That's bad.
Okay.
All right. Switching the camera. Now I'm Indiana Jones.
Oh, I thought you were a cowboy.
There's a ball behind me. See the rock?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't see
Okay.
the ball.
Oh, and then Disney villain, inner Disney villain. Oh, why does I keep doing that? Ready?
Oh, you're Ursula.
Oh, I'm Ursula. Oh yeah. Okay,
Oh.
so anyways, this is what
There's
keeps
a Star Wars one too.
There's all kinds of
I
them.
like the Star
And
Wars one.
the cool thing about it is sometimes if you're near a certain location, they bring up even more unique ones that you can't get all the time.
And you can only unlock them when you're in a ride sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like in a
Yes.
queue.
Bella, this is what keeps Bella entertained the most, especially if we don't have a lightning lane for something or she's
Mhm.
waiting. Even so she plays it at the park, but even on Sundays, I'm a part of the worship team. And so during my practice, she's like, "Can I play on your Disney phone?" That's what she calls it. And so she gets it out and she does those filters all the time and sees who she is. And so that is a really cool thing that they do. I really, really love that.
I only do the Disney Play app to earn the badges in every single ride
Yeah.
because I'm a collector and I have to collect every badge from every ride I ride. My favorite one was Smuggler's Run. That was the best game I've played.
All right, let's talk about other cool features that are like we're not going to spend a lot of time on, but that are super useful. And this is Jessalyn's, and then I'll go into mine as well. So we have kind of these split up a little bit.
Well, I don't know why this one's mine because this is more of an RJ thing than anything. But if you decide to drive to a park, which I really don't see why you should do that when there's free transportation provided by
Exactly.
the hotel.
Mhm.
But if you're like RJ and you decide to drive to a park, you
Way better than
can
the buses.
put your car locator into the My Disney Experience app and you can mark exactly where you're parked, parking
Yes.
spot and everything, and it will show you even the little man walking to it. So you can't get lost and you know exactly where you're parked. So that is pretty
also-
cool.
Also, Apple Maps does the same thing.
Yeah, but this is Disneyfied.
Yeah, because it has like the literal parking spot like
Yeah.
listed out, so you can
It's
say
like
Flamingo number
Heroes.
67. Like,
Yeah.
oh my word, I did it.
RJ.
I'm sorry.
He
6
said
7.
60. Yeah, okay.
6 7.
I hate you all. I remember hearing this is Heroes 1. Please get off if you're on Heroes 1. But I
Yeah.
just ride the buses in Monorail now.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with a car.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I will be. Bella asked me the other day, she goes, when we go to Disney, can we ride the Disney bus? I was like, girl, me and you will be riding the Disney bus. Even if your daddy decides to drive, you and I will be
Yes.
on the Disney bus.
Can we get on? Oh, wait, no, we can't get on the same bus. We can get on the same monorail on Magic
Yes, we
Kingdom
can.
days.
We
Yes.
stop by you anyways.
Yeah, to pick us up, but it's really to pick up good coffee.
Okay, so I already kind of talked about the notifications, like we've hit on that about, if your ride is down and it notifies you and keeping sure your notifications are up. So I really don't feel like I need to get into that anymore. I do want to talk about cast compliment features, and then maybe you guys can talk about the Magic Band stuff, because I really don't know what you guys were talking about there. But one thing that we are very passionate about is being kind to your cast members.
Yeah.
They're human too, and they're
Respect.
trying to do their best to make sure that your day is magical. And speaking of someone who worked in retail, one of the hardest businesses to work in is customer service. It's just people are the worst. And so these people
Be
are
a good
dealing with,
people.
be good people.
Be good people.
They are doing everything they can to make sure that they're doing their job well and that you're having a magical day. And sometimes they go really out of their way, and it pays to give them a compliment. And we do know for a fact that Disney does recognize these cast members when they get a compliment in. So on your My Disney Experience app, there's a section called Cast Member Compliment, and you can just click on that and you can write down the cast member's name, where they were working, what did they do for you, and they do get recognized for that. I think this is just one of the nicest and kindest ways to kind of share that Disney magic back to them that they shared with you. I remember this past trip, Bella, we were waiting in a long line for Rise, and we had a cast member who went out of her way to make sure that Bella could go to the bathroom and not lose her place in line. And they took us to like the cast member bathroom and like all this stuff. And they just were so kind to us through that whole process. I gave them a cast member compliment because they went out of their way to help us out. So, be kind to them and pay it forward with your kindness.
Yeah, one of the things that we didn't mention before too much, because we primarily use magic bands, but not everybody wants to buy those magic bands, and Disney
love
doesn't give
magic
them out
bands.
for free any longer.
Mhm.
So another option that you have is to use your phone as a ticket,
Or
and
watch.
scan your phone or your Apple Watch as a ticket. But for those of us who do like to buy those magic bands, and we're all magic band people, I think here. What you do is you link your Magic Band or Magic Band Plus through the My Disney Experience app, and that's what links it to your hotel for your key, your room key. But you can also use your phone as your room key when you first arrive. So if you don't have a Magic Band right when you first get there, you can use your phone as your room key. It'll scan your phone and it'll say unlock the door, and you hit unlock and it'll unlock your room and you're allowed
And I
to
have
get
like a
in.
little animation too. It's really fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. But if you do get a Magic Band, it'll link to your phone via Bluetooth, especially for the Magic Band Plus. And if you have your GPS on top of that, when you go to a show like Fantasmic, your Magic Band Plus will actually light up to the music
And vibrate. It's so
and
fun.
vibrate. Yeah. It'll do all sorts of things, even on rides like Pirates sometimes. Or no, Haunted Mansion. It'll do the heartbeat where it goes doo doo, and it vibrates.
Especially when you're
and
in the the attic, I think.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So if you do have that Magic Band Plus, you have to be connected to your phone via Bluetooth, and the My Disney Experience app has to
And
be
they're adding
installed on your
new
phone.
attractions like every
Yeah.
month and a half at least because like every time I go, there's a new ride. Like whenever we went in July, Indiana Jones's stunt spectacular thing, it was doing it on my watch. Whenever like big things would happen, I'm like, I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's my watch.
Cool.
Here is a
That's really cool.
downside though. So if you have, like, for my case, I have Bella's connected to mine too. If both of us have our magic bands, it won't always like it'll only link to one magic band at a time to play those off.
Yeah.
So I usually link it to Bella's so that she could get all that experience. And I don't care much about the lights because I can see it while I'm holding her or whatever, or the vibrations. But it will only link to one magic band at a time, like where it'll do the active things. So like if you've got 2 or 3 kids linked to yours, it may only link to one of those kids. So that may be a downside to where the Magic Band Plus wouldn't be a good option if you've got multiple kids that you're trying to link to, because then you won't get the full features out of it like you would just getting it would be like just
But
getting a regular
also,
Magic Band.
the Magic Band Plus does a few like really cool features that like besides the interactive stuff. Like they during the 50th anniversary, but they still do it. There are the golden statues around all of Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
You can, if you have the Magic Band Plus, you can wave to those characters and it'll react on your Magic Band Plus,
Yes.
and the characters will react to you, which is
Right.
really cool.
Even
Like-
if you've got multiple kids connected to
Yeah.
it via Bluetooth. So there are some
Yeah.
features that will make it worthwhile. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. All right, just a couple final things. Keep in mind that your battery is going to die because you're using this with
Yes.
GPS on throughout the whole thing. So make sure that you have an extra battery pack if your phone is
2.
prone to dying, or just whatever it is. Assign one person or 2 people to just be the guy who, or the lady who isn't responsible for it, keeping track of everything. So a lot of times it's me and Brian who like to do this sort of thing, Noah's dad. And so we'll keep track of all of that. It doesn't have to be everybody trying to keep track of everything. It could just be designate 1 or 2 people that are that person. And then use the app during your times where you're waiting in line or the times where you're riding the terrible transportation like the bus. But use the app during those times to try and find other things that you can do next, so you're constantly in
like-
that mode of planning your next thing.
A few years ago, we were just sitting at Satuli Canteen, and my dad was just looking at the app, and he refreshed it one time, and he found 3 fast passes for Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
and whenever it first opened, when it first opened, and when it first opened, you couldn't get those even 60 days out.
Right.
So
It was hard.
finding one of those was super rare. So if you just keep on refreshing your app, you'll find stuff that you won't normally be able to find even 60 days out.
Yeah. This wasn't meant to be a comprehensive, detailed thing. It was meant to be more of this is how you can best use it. Like, but I'm not going to be able to show you all of the app functionality in a podcast format like this. But I really do like the app. This was more like a, little tidbits of like, oh, I didn't know you could do the photo lens thing, or, oh, I didn't know I could link my Magic Band and I shouldn't buy 6 Magic Bands for my kids because, it's not all going to work. It's those sorts of tips that we wanted to convey to you, not a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to use the app. That was the goal of this episode. So I hope that it was a help to some of you as you guys plan your Disney trips out, to just kind of get a better idea of the functionality of the app and the usefulness of the app. So that was kind of our goal behind this more than anything, was just to kind of give you some extra information as you plan out your Disney World trips. Because people are designated, Noah doesn't necessarily use it as much. Jessalyn does still use it a lot, but primarily if you're in big groups of people, there's probably one person who's an expert at the app and the rest of the people in the group have no idea how to use it. And so that's pretty
know how
common.
to use like a couple things, but I'm not the person you should walk to ask.
Right.
what to
And
do.
so
Well, I think what we kind of tend to do with our group of people is we have like Noah and Brian are overbooking not Noah, but Brian and RJ are overbooking like dining and lightning lanes and things like that. So like I trust that to them, but when it comes to messing with photo pass or just checking on wait times or whatever, I'm the one that usually messes with that.
Yeah. So just finding those people, getting familiar with it, watching a lot of content on it is going to be super helpful. Getting more comprehensive information on it than what we could offer in this hour-long format. But I think that's it. Does anybody have any final thoughts?
No.
I'm excited to go to Disney in like 2 months.
Yeah. In like 46
67
days.
days.
No, it's 46.
46
We went
days.
over this. 46 days.
46.
Well,
No,
that's
we're
whenever
very
they come out. It's
excited.
currently 52. But, whenever
Yeah, but,
they
like,
hear
when
this, it'll be 52.
They listen to
It'll be
it'll be
46.
46 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I'm so excited.
Well, thank you so much
excited.
for
It's gonna be
hanging
a
out
great trip.
and
It's gonna be
listening with
awesome.
us today. We really appreciate it. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out. We'd love to answer those questions for you about the app and give you a more comprehensive information on it. We're always happy to answer or talk Disney in general. But that's going to do it for
'Cause
today's
we're
episode.
lonely.
Thank you so much for hanging out and listening with us this week. And now we are not going to switch to the same pre-recorded message we played last week.
Now it's not time to pay the price.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.